segment. Donkey Kong Country celebrates its 40th anniversary this week. Donkey Kong is 40. So the original game was released on the 9th of July 1981 in arcades.
Doesn't look a day over 20.
And we will be reminiscing over Donkey Kong in general, our thoughts on it, why we love it, why we don't love it. And I'll start with you, Mike. Have you actually played the original Donkey Kong arcade game?
Ooh, tough one. I feel like I have, but I can't remember if I have, or it's like a dream that you've had where you think you've experienced that, but it was just a dream. So I don't know anymore. I don't even know who I am. Is reality real?
God.
What is consciousness? I don't know anymore.
This is what happens when Swinny goes off the show, goes off the rails. This is like the one podcast, the one podcast we did together, and then Swinny had 50 corrections.
So I don't recall playing it properly. No, I've seen plenty of it, and I've seen the documentary. The Kong one about the high score.
The King of Kong.
King of Kong, that's the one, which is quite fascinating. So I saw quite a bit of that in there.
That's such an interesting doco because they almost need a follow-up to that documentary, given that Billy Mitchell has been found to have cheated. And like allegedly, I should say, because he does sue everyone. He sues YouTubers even. Yeah. So I'm certainly saying allegedly. We're in Australian law, so you can't get us. It's not how it works. But my views represent the views of all three of us on the show, including Swinny, who's not even here.
Hey, no. Whoa.
So I've played a stack of the original Donkey Kong on the arcade, like both on the physical arcade and then also with MAME, and then, maybe one day with the Mister. So this is the game that also introduced, as he was referred to at the time as Jumpman, now referred to as Mario. So pretty insane that this little game back in 1981, we had Donkey Kong and Mario, and they have been clashing ever since.
This started it all.
And I was really hoping, as I predicted in the E3 predictions, I was so hoping that there would be a 3D platforming crossover Donkey Kong and Mario game. I just think that would be so insane, the possibilities of doing a game like that. And it would have been perfect timing with the 40-year anniversary. But so what Donkey Kong Country games have you actually played? Because I know that Swinny and I played almost all of them, but...
So tough one. So I played, what was the one that we reviewed last time? Was it 3?
Donkey Kong Country Returns, are you talking about? Or?
I think it was Returns, the 3DS one. I played that one.
Yeah, well, that was the Wii one originally, but we released on
the original that was on the Wii,
yeah.
Obviously played more recently Tropical Freeze.
Yep.
And
which we'll cover next as a
which we'll cover next, yes. I think I played number 3, the one that's on SNES on the classics. And look, back in the day, I dabbled and played 1 and 2. It's just I didn't play it as much as you guys, where I finished it and did the whole thing. So you're way more versed in Donkey Kong-ish.
So you never played any of the arcade games, even?
No, I don't think I played what I'm seeing on the screen now, which is the arcade. Again, I've seen it so many times, but I don't think I've ever actually played it properly. Or if I did, it would have been like 10 minutes tops.
Swinny has returned.
Hey, Swinny. Yeah, like I still think the original arcade game holds up so well. And then Donkey Kong Country Jr., the one that came after it, like those two games are like some of the best arcade games even today, in my view. Like even take off the nostalgia goggles. Like they're kind of weird. They've got like really weird RNG in those games. And, there's so many videos on YouTube. I really recommend people watching it if they want to check it out, of like deciphering even how to control the barrels in Donkey Kong. It's very, very cool. But there is some weird RNG that's going on in those games as well, which kind of adds to their charm in a really bizarre way. So we're just chatting, Swinny, just about Mike and his experience. So it's mostly just with the Country series, pretty much because of us. But what have your experiences with Donkey Kong been?
Yeah, for me, Donkey Kong is a pretty big part of my gaming childhood. So the first DK game I ever played was Donkey Kong Jr. on the NES. And I just remember that game was fantastic. And it's really unique as well at the time. You didn't see many really good, I guess, arcade ports or arcade adaptations on the NES, in my opinion, in those early days. Like a lot of them are really rough. But what they did with Donkey Kong Jr., I think, was fantastic. I did dabble with the original arcade game here and there as a kid when I saw it, but it wasn't until Donkey Kong Country 64 that I actually spent a lot of time with the first Donkey Kong, and they had a playable arcade cabinet in Donkey Kong 64, and I played that for hours. Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong, is my favorite classic arcade game. I love it so much.
Yeah.
As I agree, I think there's definitely some wonkiness to it, but I think it holds up better than most other classic arcade games.
Yeah. Like it would be right up there for me. Like I'd pretty much instantly say it's top 10. And then, yeah, I'd have to think about it a little bit, maybe top 5. Galaga and probably Street Fighter 2, maybe Pip It for me. But yeah, it's right up there. It's such a cool game.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like prior to 1990s kind of, arcade games. Like to me, like I think of like your Street Fighter 2 in a kind of another era almost of arcade games. But yeah, for me, look, obviously after that time, Donkey Kong died off for a little while. And, I know Donkey Kong Jr. made an appearance in Super Mario Kart, which was a lot of people's like, oh, yeah, Donkey Kong Jr. hasn't been around for a while, And then later before the Donkey Kong Country series, you had Donkey Kong 94 on the Game Boy. And I remember just wanting to play that game, so much and never got a chance until I was a bit older. That's a great game. But of course, the Donkey Kong Country series, I mean, what can you say? It's just, we've spent 50 minutes on previous episodes talking about 1, 2, and 3, I think it's obvious how much they mean to us.
Well, like right mid-90s is almost like second peak of Donkey Kong, because you had, like as you said, Donkey Kong 1994. Yeah, that's right. And then like Donkey Kong Country in 94 as well. Yeah. And then, Super Mario Kart having Donkey Kong Jr. Just like, it was just going bananas, really. Sorry, I had to use that pun at some stage. But yeah, no, it's such a cool like character. And I still feel it's gone back to being a bit underused, Donkey Kong. I don't know if you feel the same, Swinny.
I do. I'd love a new 3D take on Donkey Kong. I think they could definitely do a lot better than 64, and I don't mind 64, but I think we'll be talking about Tropical Freeze very soon.
Yeah,
I'd like to see them actually do another attempt at an actual 3D Donkey Kong.
Well, I don't want to spruik my idea again because I did talk about it when you went off to grab the package, but I think that idea of a crossover with Donkey Kong and Mario as a 3D platformer, that's like perfection for me. I'd be so crazy day one on that. That would be my dream, to be honest. And just looking through it, I don't even know when was the last big Donkey Kong game. Like it really was Tropical Freeze in 2014. Am I wrong? Just looking through the wiki.
Sounds about right in the re-release in 2018. The only other game I really want to just give some love to is Donkey Konga on the GameCube.
Oh, yeah.
I love Donkey Konga. Like, if I had my setup ready for today, I'd be able to show you the 2 bongo
those
controllers.
The drums, right?
The bongo controllers.
I remember those.
I've got on my shelf behind me. And I remember doing the endurance where you'd play every single song in a row, and Don't Stop Me Now by Queen on Donkey Konga was just so fun. I love it so much.
Yeah. I never boast or anything like that, but I'm a beast at that game. There's something about it. I'm just like a beast. I just destroy it. I think I remember the first time I played it at your house, Winnie. I was just destroying it. It was ridiculous. And then the other one I just wanted to quickly shout out before we move on is the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series.
They're great.
Yeah, like just a very really underrated series. Like I know that people give it a lot of love, like enthusiasts like us, I guess, but yeah, it's still just never as connected with people.
It's kind of built on the legacy of Donkey Kong 94.
100% it is. No, 100% it is. I would classify it as almost like a continuation of that series. So, yeah, another really cool series. Like, there's a lot of cool Donkey Kong games out there. And I would love to own a Donkey Kong arcade cabinet one day. Like, I feel like that would be probably my number one arcade that I'd want to get, like, as a physical piece. I just think it'd be really cool. All right, well, let's move on to our finale of the Donkey Kong Country series.